Hasan Piker was dressed like Mao, and
dude, this is Fox News, brother. What is happening? What is happening? This is tan suit, Fox News style.
Fox News, tan suit, you disgusting, you roach fuck. Oh my God, tan suit, Fox News stuff. You wore a Mao outfit that you bought in CCP China while looking at pictures of Mao. What the fuck? Are we serious here? What?
Also, David Pakman, we're going to watch this Unfuck America tour is now hyping up. Dude, I love that like all of these Destiny affiliated organizations, they just almost exclusively work to do PR for this fucking weirdo. Okay? This weirdo and his cult. David Pakman has joined in on the call to action. And so did Parker Get a Job. You know, as you guys know, college Democrats invited me. And the Republicans are obviously freaking out. Some of these like liberals are freaking out too. And I think the sex pestiny Epstein community did like a boss call to all the liberal commentary sphere to be like, why won't you guys also shit on Hasan? Are you too scared or some shit like that? And it's really funny because like the idea that I'm not like eating it from both ends here is so funny. Like the notion that people are too afraid to stand up to Hasan is a hilarious take because I'm, you know, a priority target for the State Department. And
priority target. I can't say what I want to say because I'll get fucking banned on all these platforms. Imagine saying that from your multi-million-dollar mansion, your dual citizenship, generationally wealthy, billion-dollar family net worth, spoiled Nepo baby bullshit, that you're a prime target by the administration when people were being picked up from Minnesota and then kicked out of a fucking van in Texas 2 weeks later without fucking clothes. Right? Like the idea that you would actually have the audacity to call yourself a primary target of the administration is such an insult, a slap in the face that people are actually dealing with crazy unhinged Trump shit right now. I don't even think he's been fucking indicted over the Cuba shit. They just keep posting random fuck statements about it. Oh my God.
Also, prominent liberals yell at me all the fucking time. Okay, but anyway, what is this? They literally admitted getting harassed by the D community. Members of our chapter has been harassed under the mistaken assumption that we were supported or affiliated with Mr. Piker and his views.
Wait, real quick. I'm sorry. I brought this up in the show. This was the guy who talked to me.
Nope.
They actively told you that, like, someone welcome you.
Yeah, but now they're talking. I had I think it was this guy, right? I had like a 15, 20 minute conversation or 5 or 10 minute, I don't know, whatever. But I talked to him for a while. And then after we had our conversation, they had to pull him aside and they were like, you shouldn't have talked to Destiny. We don't debate Palestinian issues here.
Hey, just to let you know, this guy does take his media, twist what you're saying, and publish it, so I just want to warn you.
He takes your media and twists it before he publishes it, the out of context. What? Like, dude, all my content is so long form. What the fuck are you talking about?
Up and start saying this? Yeah, you can hear. Obviously, I think you heard that, yeah.
But this is what they do. It's the isolation shit, the hardcore political programming of like, you have to believe in this all or nothing view. That's not even like a political reality. It's not even like politically feasible, but it's just like, this is our marching order.
That assumption is demonstrably false. And we, like our fellow students, should not be subject to harassment based on it. We hope the statement provides the clarity. Wait, what? So the fucking sex pest community was coming after the Kansas Young Democrats? Is that what it is? They were yelling at them? Are they going to like every Young Democrat chapter to be like, disavow Hasan? Okay, man. All right, well, let's see. So David was one of the guys that bit. They were emailing all of them. They're actually going after other people too. It's not even just about you. It's outright dangerous at this point. You got to do something.
Dangerous? Like, notice that the danger here is making our voices heard. Like, fuck you. What do you mean? We don't have the right to email people? We don't have a right to a redress of our grievances. We can't email and say, hey, we're just... Like, it's not even like brigading. Like, this is the democratic process. It's like... Imagine complaining. It's like, we lost the primary because the moderate Dems brigaded at the ballot box. All of them showed up and they brigaded the fuck out of us. And they trolled us. They brigaded the ballot boxes and they all went and they spammed their fucking votes or whatever. Like, what the fuck are you saying right now? Hello? The fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah.
Listen to the whole segment before you send me hate mail. You know when it starts that way, it's going to be good. Listen, the Democratic Party is showing the early signs of the same disease that destroyed the Republican Party. I've got so many friends on the left texting me and saying, David, we're not going to allow the same thing to happen on the left. That
I didn't even text him.
Trump did to MAGA. That Trump and MAGA did to Republicans. Are we? Republicans.
What, you mean winning? Like, I'm sorry. They have an odious worldview.
God, where did this odious word come from? Oh my God.
Hate mail. You know when it starts that way, it's going to be good. Listen, the Democratic Party is showing the early signs of the same disease that destroyed the Republican Party. I've got so many friends on the left texting me and saying, David, we're not going to allow the same thing to happen on the left that Trump did to MAGA. That Trump and MAGA did to Republicans. Are we? Republicans.
What, you mean winning?
They won their first election in 2016. Then they lost horribly their second election. And then they won their third election. And now their party is like on the brink of a total collapse / evolution to something completely different, right? Like, The Republican agenda has been served in the long term for sure, but like in a very morphed and mutated and non-ideal sort of manner. Like I like the idea here also. He's so much more honest now with his propaganda, which I appreciate. It's like Asmongold, right? The people who are disgusting will just be disgusting your face. So they do want to be like MAGA. They do want to eat the party from within. He wants to be like the Tea Party now of like the leftist movement. Ironically enough, as much as Pisco the retard would use that blue MAGA talking point, this is the blue MAGA, right? He'll never apply it to them ever. For some reason, I don't even know who the fuck he would apply that to. Radical moderates. But this is like the blue MAGA movement. And Hasan just owns it.
Like, I'm sorry. They have an odious worldview on the right. The reactionaries do, right? They're horrible monsters. But the one thing you can't say is they're unsuccessful. Donald Trump literally owns the government, okay?
Because he's an authoritarian. What do you mean? He can't pass legislation. He sucks. Even with his own agencies, he can't do that much. He's literally just in the White House. He's in the White House, running the country from the White House. I guess it's successful from an authoritarian perspective, but...
Donald Trump owns the government. Donald Trump almost single-handedly rewrote American politics for the last decade. Every aspect of American politics has changed for the worse because of Donald Trump. So when you say, oh, we can't let these fucking leftists do the same, what are you saying? Do you disagree with the policies?
As in, we don't also want to destroy the part of the country that is holding the country up. We don't want to destroy the only political party that's actually governing, is what we're saying.
Is that what you're talking about? He thinks getting everything they campaigned on in a 6-3 majority is bad because they actually got what they wanted? Perfect Dem influencer. Yeah, like, no. I wish the Democrats could fight like the Republicans do. But instead of for odious, horrible, repulsive...
I wish they could fight like the Republicans do. Like, what do you mean by that? Because there are some good ways the Republicans fight, and then there are some horrible ways Republicans fight. And I'm not sure which fights you're talking about.
...of toxic and outright awful plans. I wish the Democrats would fight like hell for good shit. Medicare for all.
Medicare. Oh my God, bro.
For all. Federal jobs guarantee. And also cutting all aid and sanctioning Israel, holding Israel accountable, abolishing ICE, punishing ICE. I wish. Oh no, we can't let the Democrats be too sweet. We can't let the Democrats be too successful. What will the Republicans do?
Why don't you try being successful in a contested zone and not in a +30 blue district? And then maybe we'll take like notes from you guys. How sad.
Republicans got real Chinese with it. Okay? I'll tell you why.
Ugh.
What does the Communist Party of China do? 5-year plans. Okay? They write it out like Babe Ruth. They call their shot and they swing and they do not miss. Republicans did this.
Really? Like China has only enjoyed success after success after success for the past few decades? It's not really true. There's been a lot more success predicted for China than what they have ultimately experienced. They're doing pretty good, but like the United States has done exceptionally as well. I remember hearing, well, there were two big rumors about China. The first was that the middle class would get money and then they would become politically aware and they'd want democracy. That never happened. But the second thing was that China's economy would surpass the United States. I don't think that's happened yet either. And I've heard that for like over a decade. That the Chinese GDP would finally pass US GDP. Damn, it's actually not even close. Holy fuck, the US is still crushing it. But like, we hear a lot of the good things about China. I'm not here to shit on China all day. I'm not a fucking propagandist or whatever. But it's not like everything is perfect. Like they do have a lot of issues with their Belt Road Initiative. They do have a lot of issues with making a 5-year plan and then setting out to do it. And they can do it. But when you do, there are pros and cons to market economies. There are pros and cons to demand economies. One of the cons to demand economies is the government is saying that like, hey, this is what we're going to do, and we're going to do it regardless of how people feel about it, and then hopefully like the people kind of fill in afterwards. But there's reasons why, like China had these like fucking the empty city problem for a while because they were overbuilding on
from a fake
real
replica
estate
of Paris and New
that their citizens ultimately could never afford, and they had to like demolish like some of these like huge cities with they had all these real estate problems and shit. Like I'm just saying that it's not as clear cut as like China just does things and they win. That's not true, bro. Not to mention the fact that China has massively propped itself up from two major things, from American consumers. The fact that our economy was so powerful, the fact that our consumer has so much buying power allowed China to export a lot of things to us, okay, which helped them, but also from stealing, as much as you might want to hear it, might not want to hear it, from stealing American intellectual property. That is true. It is one of the things that Trump called out in the beginning, and not just Trump, a lot of people called it out, but it is true as well. They've stolen a lot of U.S. innovation as well, and that's how China operates. So to sit here and pretend like they're all good, all on their own, bullshit, fuck you. That's not even remotely true.
Same. They said Project 2025. Here is all of the awful shit that we're going to do. We are going to Nazify this country, and there ain't a dang thing you can do about it. And then they followed through on it. It's horrible. It's awful. It's unbelievably bad.
But you failed the easiest GED trolley problem in history, which was Harris versus Trump. How the fuck can you complain about the outcome now? Like, Why are you screaming about Project 2025 now when you didn't have shit to say about it before the election? You didn't have anything to say about any of this before the election. Like, it's your socialist candidates or it's the highway. And we've already seen it happen. You didn't support Harris in the easiest trolley problem, the easiest electoral trolley problem in all of human history. Harris or Trump? And you don't do it now, right? Homo-fascism for California. Everybody knows that you're not going to support any fucking moderate Dems in the general, the APAC Dems. Now APAC has become the splitting point, which donate to what percentage of fucking American politicians? Is like, I don't even know, I'm making numbers up. It's like 70, 80% of American politicians have at some point taken money from APAC. Like, come on, it's an unworkable standard. It's so fucking stupid.
But it is successful for their agenda. So yeah, I wish the Democrats would have their own Project 2026, Project 2028, which featured socialism
what?
heavily in it, and then we
oh my God, bruh. Give me a break.
Had enough fighters that could get together and push for that. Okay? So no, when you say, oh, we can't let the fucking MAGA style situation take over the Democratic Party, what are you talking about? We believe in the opposite things that they believe. We believe in the opposite things that they believe. We want to advance the opposite things. But if you're going to talk about success, MAGA has been unbelievably successful.
It's like, that's who you want to look like? It's so sad, too. I feel like I fought this for so long in saying that these are what these people want to do. And then finally, Nmplol was like very honest. Like, okay, look, now he's being honest about it. And now Hasan is being honest about it. They want to be leftist authoritarians. Like, if you look at MAGA and you're like, that's the template, bro, you're the problem. Excuse me. I don't want that to be the template. But the problem is, this is the level that everybody is fucking fighting on. And you almost have to go here to do it. It's so cringe. So we've got like right-wing MAGA, we've got left-wing MAGA, we don't have the moderate MAGA. It's just so fucked.
Let's continue.
Back in 2010, their leaders laughed at the Tea Party. Conspiracy theorists, they're far-right internet trolls, they're not going to do anything. And then the Tea Party took over local organizations, threatened primaries, built their own media universe, and eventually were part of a process that gave us Donald Trump.
Yes, that's insanely successful. Donald Trump has been unbelievably successful. What are you talking about? Like everything that you cover on your channel about every damn day, there is a new thing, okay? Every damn day, there is a new awful thing that this fucking psychopath does. That's success for him, okay? So you know he's successful. All the bad shit he's doing, that's success for the Trump movement, for Trump, for MAGA, okay? We hate it because we have a fucking conscience. They don't. But one thing you can't say is that they're unsuccessful. What the hell?
The left and Democrats can't make the same mistake. There is a small group of far-left extremists gaining influence inside youth groups and party organizations because they spend all day online organizing and enforcing ideological purity and attacking anyone who disagrees. Now, let me be very
liberal, happy fun, la la la, human smuggling, fentanyl gas.
He's also not mentioned the fact that you're on the left-wing lunacy thing.
clear. I am not talking about people who want Medicare for all and affordable housing. I want all that stuff. I'm with all that stuff. I'm a social democrat in the style of Northern Europe. Of course I want those things. These are folks who treat political warfare like a full-time job. And when they can't build...
Dude, you're literally a political commentator. What are you talking about? Mention the fact that you're on the left.
Democrat in the style of Northern Europe. Of course I want those things. These are folks who treat political warfare like a full-time job. And when they can't build...
Dude, you're literally a political commentator. What are you talking about?
Like, I hope that I got it. I wanted to get shipped out so bad. I hate this motherfucker. Like, we can never go back to politics as normal with these people in our country. Like, we can't do it. Like, this is it? Like, oh, bro, you're a political commentator. Of course you have to be obsessively fantasizing about your political opponent's cock all day fucking long and talking about the sex cult that you want to be in and injecting yourself with fucking Ozempic and TRT and fucking all your fucking hair products and everything. Like, Jesus Christ. And shocking your fucking dog to release some stress in the meantime. Like, of course, this is how politics works. Don't you look at how MAGA's operating? Like, don't you want to be the same as them? Like, oh my God.
You're a political. That's your full time. That's literally your full time job.
Political commentator, not war commander, bro.
Does David Pakman do something else other than this? This is his job, right?
Well, say something about Israel, maybe. Israel Jew. Hold on. David A. Pakman would kill Rosa Luxemburg with his bare hands if he got $1,200 for it. What the fuck? Isn't this guy a genocide supporter too? Old A. Pakman. A. Pakman strikes again. Bro really said, you Vanguard too bad. Your agitation too buttery. He's mad. Argentina lost. That's an anti-Semitic dog whistle, by the way. That's I don't care if he actually supports him or not, or because he was from Argentina. That is 100%. It's a Jew equal Nazi trope, especially in this fucking chat. I like Northern Europe, social service, while we still enslave the global South and participate in imperialism. Like, bro, you are not with us.
Yeah. He said the left is really bad because they're locking in. Okay? The left is bad because they locked in and they have an agenda. They seek to accomplish that agenda and they're pushing for it. And now, perhaps most terrifyingly, they're winning. He has said that if he didn't do political commentary, he'd be in finance. Okay, Central Committee, you know too much about David Pakman's background. And I know this guy. I've been around him. Basically.
their own
Oh, he read Mike from PA had oh my God, dear leader, read a message from me. Oh,
He has said that if he didn't do political
$7K a month, by the way.
commentary, he'd be in finance. Okay, Central Committee, you know too much.
He said that if he didn't do political commentary, he would be in finance. Okay. Is that even true? Or is this just literally a Jew? Has he actually said this? Please, somebody find me this. David Pakman, finance. Also, even if he did, why the fuck are we even bringing this up? What a weird thing to even bring up.
About David Pakman's background, and I know this guy. I've been around him. Basically.
their own coalition. They attach themselves to popular causes. They take real concerns about healthcare, housing, police misconduct, and use them to sell what is actually an authoritarian worldview. Now, there are things in
Social Democrats collaborating with Nazis again. That's me, the Nazi.
DSA, for example, Democratic Socialists of America, that are good.
Can you please explain the Argentina thing? You've mentioned it being a dog whistle, but Pakman is actually Argentinian. So the meme was that after, I don't know how many actually went, but the meme was that after the fall of Nazi Germany, all of the people, as many Nazis as possible, fled to Argentina. Some people go as far as to say that Hitler was one of them, was secretly fled, and that Argentina welcomed them with open arms, and that a lot of the descendants from Argentinians are like these Nazi fucking Gusano traitor to the South and Hispanic people and crazy subversive Nazi people that still live there and come from there. And yeah, so it's like the people, that's the meme. Like, oh, you're very Argentinian of you.
That I agree with. But there's also some stuff in there that I think doesn't make any sense. I saw their new platform. It promises a country where you have no debt, you pay no rent, no mortgage, you receive publicly funded housing, publicly funded retirement.
Why won't anybody think about the landlords? Why won't anybody think about the big corporations that are buying out all the fucking readily available housing?
He's so gross, dude. Oh my God, this fucking platform is insane, bro. We got to put together a... Oh, apparently the meme now is also Argentina equals Israel as well. There's some shit there too. But classically, I know that for a lot of you guys who don't know any of the anti-Semitic dog whistles, you think right now it's just about the Argentina equals Israel because of the current football shit or whatever, but historically this was like the dog whistle. So yeah, I'm sure there's some current shit going on, but historically this is the thing as well.
Okay, here's the thing. It's good to have ideals and a goal that you are setting out ahead of time. Okay? What feels impossible tomorrow could be probable. Okay? So here's the question. Why don't you like that final goal that we should move towards is the real question. Because like you could just be like, how do we accomplish it? Fine. That's okay. That's a healthy and productive conversation that we can have. But if you just cut it down to be like, dude, fucking what? Like public housing? Gross. then that just comes across like you are just in opposition to a thing that exists in those same Nordic-style social democracies that you just started off defending. Like, can you...
Hot take. Anything required to live should be provided to everyone no matter what. Guaranteed. That's it. That's my platform. My God.
Imagine being like, oh, public housing, absolutely not. Get the fuck out of here. It's like, I want social democracy. Okay, well, they have public housing. So it turns out maybe you don't like some of the fucking...
How much of the housing... I'm sorry, I don't know. What is the answer? How much of the housing in Sweden and Norway? What percentage of the population lives in public housing? What is there... Percentage of Sweden lives in publicly provided housing. Is it all of it? It is higher than I thought. I see anywhere from 15 to 20%. Does this count as like, which is open to any income level and essentially means affordable housing? I should look up. I don't know what public housing necessarily means over there. Public housing is different here. It's very normal in Europe. What do you guys mean when you say public housing? Is this just subsidized? Yeah, because I feel like when these guys talk about public housing, they mean decommodified housing provided for free. So like they wouldn't consider Section 8 doesn't count as like public housing to these guys. It has to be like free.
Social democratic policies. Like which type of social democracy are we talking about? Right?
But their taxes and everything is very different. No, it's definitely not free though. Well, free at the point of, you know what I mean.
So it turns out maybe you don't like some of the fucking social democratic policies. Like which type of social democracy are we talking about? Right? Because many of them have that. Many of them have this. We should have it too.
Nobody has the style of government that you're looking for in Europe. Like, I don't know what... Nobody has the Medicare for All plan that he is interested in. Nobody does, like, decommodified housing. Nobody does, like none of the things that he's asking for are done in any of these countries. They're all capitalist countries.
And as far as debt, like debt abolition, we have a real problem with debt. That's unironically a huge working class issue. It's actually pretty reliable that DSA has identified that as a major problem that they are seeking to solve.
No more debt.
Also. So this is...
Wait, what if we just abolish the U.S. debt? Holy shit.
Why I get very frustrated. But our plank of the Biden campaign, them have this. We should have it too. Then that just comes across like you are just in opposition to a thing that exists in those same public housing. Absolutely not. Get the fuck out of here. It's like, I want social democracy. Okay, well, they have public housing. So it turns out maybe you don't like some of the fucking social democratic policies. Like which type of social democracy are we talking about? Right? Because many of them have that. Many of them have this. We should have it too. And as far as debt, like debt abolition, we have a real problem with debt. That's unironically a huge working class issue. It's actually pretty reliable that DSA has identified that as a major problem that they are seeking to solve. Debt abolition was a pivotal plank of the Biden campaign. Student loan debt abolition. He said he was going to do that. He ran on it. He tried to do it. He dropped it. Okay. He should have been like Trump. Successful. And he should have said, fuck it. YOLO. We're doing it. What are you going to do? I run the Department of Education. Suck my dick, Supreme Court. Roll the tanks, bitch. You in what army? I'm doing it. Look, that's what Trump is doing half the fucking time.
Jesus.
So this is why I get very frustrated when I hear from people who are like, I'm a social democrat, but I think the DSA platform is untenable. It's like, well, okay. So I guess you're not a social democrat because the DSA platform, at least like a lot of the stuff that they're presenting here, already exists in some way, shape, or form in social democracies, or were advanced by, ironically enough, socialists in the past. And therefore, it's not really that big of an issue in other countries. Like debt is a major one. Debt obviously exists in other countries to a certain degree, but it's not to the same degree as it is in the United States of America, and that's a real problem. Democratic Socialists of America, with like some exceptions thus far, have not run a single candidate that has run on anything but social democracy, because that is what is achievable in the short term. It's not like people are running around being like, abolish the commodity form, seize the means of production. Like, that's not how Zoran won the New York mayoral race. He wasn't like, we're going to seize the means of production, baby. But you got to do that. Because then, what does Zoran do? He established tenants unions. He does the landlord shaming. Incredible stuff. And the way that he got people comfortable with that was by not LARPing like a fucking Maoist, ironically enough, which is something that I admire about the way he operates, which, contrary to what the last couple of days fucking arguments would show, I am not a Maoist, nor am I a Maoist LARPer in general.
Like, if you wanted to do, do I want to give him this ammunition? I don't know if this is pronounced takia or takia. There's this claim that people use in the West against Muslims that you can't trust anything they say because a Muslim, in order to protect one's faith, is authorized basically by God to lie, that it's seen as a noble or acceptable thing to lie, to conceal one's true beliefs in order to protect one's faith or to protect the ummah, the people of the fucking faith or whatever. This type of shit that he's talking about, this is the most cancerous. Like, I know that Republicans are going to be running ads against like a fucking New York City mayor because they're never going to win that seat. But like, this is that concept. And if I was running against Mamdani, bro, I'd be playing shit like this nonstop. You guys think that Mamdani is just a moderate social democrat? Well, look at what he's really doing with this guy that's next to him, Hasan. He actually lies about it. This is just what he thinks is possible right now. He's on the way to true socialism and communism. Look, you can actually tell he's just doing the lie. He's lying to you about what his true plans are, and he's getting the little thing in first so they can sneak in the full socialism later, just like Hasan says it. Like, it's actually insane.
The last couple of days fucking arguments would show I am not a Maoist, nor am I a Maoist LARPer in general.
Although Hasan did say a long time ago,
I am a Maoist third worldist. I'm in favor of all Maoist third worldist emancipatory movements, okay?
Maybe he wasn't joking.
Wow, HasanAbi watching my favorite streamer, David Pakman. Yeah, mine too.
Food, education, energy, medicine, transportation. And it sounds incredible because it is incredible. How would they create it? Government ownership of the largest corporations and of entire industries.
Again, literally exists in social democracies. Norway owns the entirety of the extraction industry. It is completely nationalized, down to the motherfucking bone. It's not like Norway is Maoist. My man started off by saying, I love social democracy. I'm a social democrat. And then literally looked at the DSA social democracy line and went agenda item by agenda item and said, I fucking hate all this shit. Hello? Yeah, Switzerland owns its entire electrical grid and production. Bro, the Tennessee Valley Authority, we have this in America. We have publicly funded public housing in America too. Like, we can expand on the existing social democratic policy that exists in the United States of America. That's what's so fucking crazy about this. You don't even need to go to Norway. But these guys love posting about Norway. It's literally this meme. It's this meme. Yeah, it's the socialism never works. Norway's socialists, they're doing great. They're not, by the way. Norway's not socialist. But whatever. They're not socialist. They're capitalist countries with strong welfare policies. Then let's adopt those policies. No, that's socialism. Every single time. Every single time. Yeah, Trump did this. Yes, Trump just nationalized U.S. Steel.
Yeah, we don't like that.
What the hell?
So rent control, abolishing police and prisons, and abolishing the Senate, and replacing our political system.
Like, the abolishing police. I'm not in favor of police.
Bro, the anti-Semitism, it's crazy. His name is David A. Pakman. Oh, and they even spell it. Oh my God. Is that really his middle name? Does it start with an A? If you read it phonetically, you'll know the sole issue that really animates him. Oh my God, dude. Why does he seem exceptionally ass-mad about Deepak? They'll get this way about anybody, but the biggest fear is that, like, the biggest thing that you have to prevent is anybody jumping ship. Because as soon as like one or two people jump ship, it becomes easy for a whole bunch of other people to jump ship. This is why they're so hardcore rigid. Why Doobie and all of them went so crazy for Connor and my community, or went so crazy for Wick, is because once one or two people manage to jump ship and survive, it signals to a whole bunch of other people that, like, oh wait, hold on, maybe we're a little bit safer right here than we thought. So anytime you see any kind of disagreement, you have to like hardcore crack the whip and bring these people back in line.
He said abolition. Okay. But I understand where these guys are coming from, and it doesn't matter because I'm not crazy, okay? I don't spend a good deal of time being like, I can't believe some of them said abolish police. What the fuck? Like, I'm not losing sleep over it, okay? Why do you lose sleep over it?
Some of these ideas are reasonable to a degree. For example, I support universal health care, and I talked about 4 or 5 ways that we could get to it. I want affordable housing, and I've done a dozen interviews with housing experts on what would and wouldn't work to get us there. I support progressive taxation. We need to collect more taxes from the very rich.
Hit him with the Netanyahu being the real, make pretend president realize he's just a city mayor.
Is that it? Are we
You
done?
spelled his
Oh, no, hold on.
name wrong. Benjamin Netanyahu. Oh,
Any social democrat like me will tell you we got to do that. But you bundle it together, and this fantasy in which capitalism, private industry, and major parts of the government simply disappear, most Americans don't want that. Most Americans understand that there is no way that you could impose that without extraordinary authoritarianism. My one hesitation...
He's
wait,
fine
what,
with
what
that.
are we imposing with
We
extraordinary?
gotta do that. But you bundle it together, and this fantasy in which capitalism, private industry, and major parts of the government simply disappear.
I mean, you're just describing laws. You're just describing, again, you're describing a policy agenda that you disagree with.
Cock and ball torture. You're just describing like ways that you can walk on things. You're just talking about like tools that you can use for compression.
Without actually explaining what you disagree with on the policy agenda, and you're just simply saying people oppose it and you want to be authoritarian. Yeah, okay. How is it any different than when fucking libertarians say, oh, taxation is theft?
We don't like libertarians though. Wait, I don't understand. What do you... We think those people are retarded too. Wait, what is that the comparison? Hold on, let me replay.
But you bundle it together, and this fantasy in which capitalism, private industry, and major parts of the government simply disappear.
You're just describing laws. You're describing a policy agenda that you disagree with without actually explaining what you disagree with on the policy agenda, and you're just simply saying people oppose it and you want to be authoritarian. Yeah, okay. How is it any different than when fucking libertarians say, oh, taxation is theft? The authoritarian government is utilizing the monopoly of violence that it holds in order to force me to fucking steal my
Nobody takes libertarians seriously because of that. Why would he even use this comparison?
money, my hard-earned money. Like, okay, that's authoritarianism. Technically, they're not wrong. Okay? Yes, public ownership of key sectors is authoritarianism, I guess, for the fucking executives.
Like, keep in mind, dude, oh my God, the propaganda game. Holy shit, he speaks fluent bullshit, right? So it is authoritarian to just have rules and laws. So when you do the actual authoritarian shit, is that the same thing? You don't see a distinction? That says way more about you than it does about Pakman or libertarians.
Of said companies. But guess what? Many other social democracies do this because it's good. Okay? I'm sure there was a point in time when the motherfucking private profiteers of the fire departments, the private fire brigades were really frustrated that the local governments came down on them and authoritarian style took over and said, no, we got to do this. It's got to be a public service. Sorry. They were like, no, authoritarianism. It turns out sometimes it's good.
Oh,
yeah, I know. Nordic model wasn't conjured by liberals is 100% correct. I already made that point. But yes, Bhaskar says it here as well. Nordic model.
Oh, true. Every good thing that liberalism has given us actually came from socialists and communists. True. True. The Finns famously loved the fucking Russians. True. Remember this? All these people love communism and socialism and Marxism. True.
It wasn't conjured by liberals. It was built by parties rooted in Marxist Second International that, through decades of class struggle, built unions powerful enough to discipline capital and expanded state economic involvement. Socialist governance within capitalism. Also, homogeneity explains little. Finland is bilingual. Nordics have their own national minorities.
This is the worst counter to a neo-Nazi talking point I've ever seen in my entire life. Neo-Nazis will point out that the only reason why the Nordic-style countries work is because they have a homogenous white society. But he's like, they're not homogenous, actually. Finnish people are bilingual, and there are minorities in Norway. Like 7 of them? What definitionally, what are we talking about? Oh my God.
None of that explains why they built social democracy while other wealthy, homogenous countries didn't. Difference was organized labor and socialist parties, not demographic.
Yeah, I think for Norway, the difference was some fucking Iraqi dude wandered up in that country like 30 years ago and kicked a rock and a fucking explosion of free fucking oil came out. And there were like 12 people living there who were like, holy shit, we could fucking cook with this shit. What the fuck? Our country's gonna be rich forever.
Misspelling his surname is anti-Semitic. Okay, shut the fuck up.
Most Americans don't want that. Most Americans understand that there is no way that you could impose that without extraordinary authoritarianism.
Yeah, I hate the extraordinary authoritarianism of the fucking postal service and the fire department, even the fucking police department and public schools. I hate that. We need to stop with this authoritarianism. Dude, are you a libertarian? No. Are you an anarcho-capitalist?
Like, it's the inverse of the conservatives. From 20 years ago, Obama is a communist. Why? Because he wants to expand government. That's not communism. Hasan. Oh, you hate communism? So then what? You hate public schools and the postal service and the fire department? Like, none of this is communism.
No. So obviously there's a level of authoritarianism that you're actually comfortable with.
Oh, it's levels of authoritarianism. Oh, so when we vote on a thing, then the law gets passed. That is a kind of this is why he only talks like theory, not even theory, like empty, bland rhetoric. this is cringe. This level of political engagement is fucking retarded. Like, this is actually lol tier worthy shit. Like Babby's first libertarian fucking political analysis of like, you think that you hate authoritarianism? Well, why don't you tell that to the cop that pulled me over for driving my car at 70 miles an hour when the authoritarian speed limit that I didn't vote on said 55. It said 55 and I went 70 and I got pulled over. And you're telling me that that's not authoritarianism? So you're okay with some authoritarianism, right? Like,
right? And I thought you were far more open to the...
This guy, what a stupid comparison. This guy is not political Brian from Family Guy. This guy is political DSP. I did steal that from a chatter. This guy is political DSP. This is what this is.
Level of authoritarianism presented by the likes of FDR, or even presented in countries like Norway, Sweden, Finland, and many of these other places that social democrats love to point to and say we should do the same thing that they have over there. But now, when DSA is putting out a platform that's identical to the things that already exist in these other social democracies to a certain degree, you're like...
Where was this stupid fucking... Imagine you wake up one day. Imagine taking a day off from work in a future without capitalism. It might not feel as badly needed as it does now. You enjoy your work. It's interesting to you and you're well trained for it. You work as much as you're able and no more than needed. And you would control your own labor and see it going to good use, whatever the fuck that means. It's not just a job to pay the bills. Oh my God, I get to do art in the commune? Speaking of bills, you don't really have them anymore. You have no debt. You don't need health insurance. You don't pay a mortgage or have a landlord because comfortable housing is a human right. Your retirement is publicly funded. Food, education, energy, medicine, goon material, and transportation aren't for-profit businesses. They are common goods and utilities. Okay, enough about bills. What do you do on your day off? Maybe in the morning, you walk your kids to school, run errands, or go to a doctor's appointment. In the afternoon, you might play a sport, practice a new skill, read, plan a trip. In the evening, you could meet up with friends or family and eat together. Maybe go to the movies or down to the park. These are all familial, everyday activities. A socialist day off could be like any good day now. But what if you were free to spend your time how you like without worrying about cost or dreading going back to work? What if you didn't have to think about paying rent or loans at the end of the month, or saving for college or affording groceries? What would that be like? It's been said that it's easier to imagine going a whole month without coming than it is to imagine the end of capitalism. But just because it isn't easy to imagine chastity cages for all doesn't mean that we shouldn't try to lock everybody in. Workers deserve more. How did we get, like, this whole platform is like fucking just like, it's like a pipe dream for everything. Like, oh, paid family leave for all workers, a 32-hour work week with full pay and benefits, and a living minimum wage. Whoa. So I work less, get paid more, and we have family leave, and we get free education for everybody, and all student debt is eliminated, free all the way from pre-K to college, universal healthcare at no cost at all the free healthcare, and expanded access to, and all medical education and training is public and free. I don't know, all this training's already free anyways. Now it's double free, I guess. And you get free housing. Oh, wait, universal rent control? Maybe that's not free. Then I guess you have to pay something for rent. Finish Reconstruction. End the legacies of slavery and colonialism. Reinforce anti-discrimination laws. Honor all treaties and tribal sovereignty. Oh, we're giving half the U.S. back, boys! Hell yeah! We need to take steps towards fully abolishing the police and prison system, which protects the rich and jails the poor. Feminism for all and the Green New Deal! Ooh, free Palestine! No! Oh, yes! And throwing abolish ICE on there, too. Thank you. Oh my God. Multi-party system. You're only going to need one party in our democracy, though. And abolish the Senate. Hell yeah. Get rid of... Fuck me, bro. Sorry. Jesus Christ.
Like, that's authoritarianism. So apparently, you're not in favor of that. But this is also ideologically inconsistent, because there are certain things that I know he's defended. There are certain things that I know he's defended, whether it be Medicare for all or numerous other...
and just in case you guys don't know, I'm sorry, because I know a lot of you guys don't travel or whatever. This is genuinely what it's like up in Sweden and Norway. I was shocked. We would just see people swimming over to the country, and I'd be like, oh, fuck, where was the open borders part? No, fuck, did I miss it? End blockades, embargoes, and sanctions. No, there were no open borders here. Fuck you. But basically every single thing was free. People were going to the hospital every day. No cops. Actually, you know what? There were a lot of cops in Sweden, but they're stealth mode. I have never in my life been in a place that has as many, I don't even know where these guys are. They're like ninjas that ticket you than I was in fucking Stockholm. You cannot park for more than 5 seconds on anywhere without getting a fucking ticket there. Listen, I park legally all the time. I do it in Miami. I've done it in LA. I think I've gotten like 1 or 2 tickets in the US. Never. I barely get ticketed here. In Stockholm, in 2 weeks, I had like 15 fucking tickets. It was crazy. These motherfuckers are wild. That's how they pay for all their fucking bullshit. Oh my God. I think they look for rental cars and they must ticket us extra. Oh, that's not true actually. There's one other place in the US that I've ever been at where they ticketed you as aggressively, and that was at UNO, my college. You illegally park on college campuses. If those guys would have been in charge of looking for fucking bin Laden or whatever the fuck, or freeing Palestine, bro, the college parking guards, oh my God.
Numerous other policies like that. That's authoritarianism. Medicare for all, universal healthcare is authoritarian by that exact same principle that you're mentioning.
Hesitation about confronting this now and why I went back and forth is
this was a question I asked David Pakman a very long time ago. I said, you understand inelastic demand. You love, Econ 101. He said, yes. I said,
is he saying this shit now because I've challenged his like foundational knowledge? I said he can't do policy because he doesn't have like a high school understanding of things. Well, actually, I'm here to talk about inelastic demand.
For that reason, you're in favor of Medicare for all. He said, yes.
Most healthcare is not necessarily like an inelastic demand. Like there is elasticity tied to different, like not every piece of, I know that it's hard because a lot of people are rich and they can't think of any healthcare that's not related to like a fucking medical emergency, but there's plenty of stuff that you don't necessarily have to get, or stuff that you can choose when to get it, or different levels of care and service that you can opt in or opt out of. Like it's not like every single part of the healthcare system is not like an inelastic demand. Like this is demonstrated in fucking econ studies. Like you put more price in front of things and people don't engage with the healthcare. Like,
or universal healthcare. He said, yes, inelastic demand. So why don't you apply that same principle to housing? Housing is shelter. Shelter is a necessity for survival. There's inelastic demand for shelter in the same exact way that there's inelastic demand for healthcare.
What do you think you need more of, like, to survive in the world? What do you think people had first? Medicine and healthcare or shelter? Like, even comparing these things is fucking retarded. Like, excuse me, you can't survive without a fucking house. Well, you could survive, but Jesus Christ, we're on rough times there. Like,
he had no answer for it. This is the whole reason behind why government-funded housing initiatives has to exist, to normalize the market, for example. The market is completely out of control. It's not a secret that every other country that has some semblance of public housing has a way higher rate of ownership, home ownership, as opposed to the United States of America.
Terms. Publicly exposing the rot could make moderate voters think the entire Democratic Party has been infected. But I don't think silence is really going to hide it. I saw a crazy thing from the weekend where there was a college Democrats convention. I was actually invited to participate in, and I couldn't make it. Hassan Piker was dressed like Mao, and
dude, this is Fox News, brother. What is happening? What is happening? This is tan suit, Fox News style.
Fox News, tan suit, you disgusting, you roach fuck. Oh my God, tan suit, Fox News stuff. You wore a Mao outfit that you bought in CCP China while looking at pictures of Mao. What the fuck? Are we serious here? What? That's wild. That's crazy.
It's literally a Chinese suit, brother. Do you disagree with the things that I said?
It's a Chinese suit. How many people in Beijing? I'm sorry, I haven't been to China recently. How many people in China walk around in the Mao fit?
In the College Democrats of
It's a Chinese suit?
America speech that I delivered. Did you watch the speech? Did you disagree with the things that I said in the speech? That is the question, okay? Hyper-focusing on the Zhongshan suit is unbelievably silly, and you would make 17...
You're the one who chose to wear it. Sorry, fuck. You chose to wear it. And this is after you've made some huge statement about how I need to wear suits all the time so that I can be professional. People love me when I wear suits. Like, you're so aware of your fucking image now. You chose to wear the fucking Mao suit. You chose to wear the Mao suit.
1,000 fucking videos if the Republicans were doing it to somebody else.
Wikipedia literally calls it the Mao suit. Like, I can't just... Bruh.
Okay?
You bought it when you were looking at pictures of Mao.
If the Republicans were doing this to a centrist Democrat, you would make a million videos about it. Like, this is ridiculous.
Where is the,
We're gonna do the...
The Chinese tailors that you're buying the suit from are wearing American suits. They're not wearing the Mao suits. Like, what the fuck?
That's fire. Yeah.
Fire.
What was it?
Focus on what you guys are doing. You're killing people in the streets instead of fucking talking about some centrist Democrat wearing a type of suit that you don't like. Yes, dude. Yes, Deng Xiaoping
centrist Democrat. He's comparing stuff to Obama. Oh my God.
Also wore it, and liberals love him, so they should love this. Talking about some centrist Democrat wearing a type of suit that you don't like. Yes, dude. Yes, Deng Xiaoping also wore it, and liberals love him, so they should love this. It's so funny. Liberals love Deng Xiaoping, but then they always talk about Tiananmen Square.
Because he doesn't believe that any of that shit actually happened, by the way.
Anyway, I guess they have nuance when it comes to Deng Xiaoping. Anyway, let's continue.
I guess Destiny tried to show up and he was banned from entering allegedly because the Mao-dressed piker didn't want him there.
That's a crazy thing to do, by the way. You know better, David. That's really fucked up that you're out here straight up. OG made a video on the tan
I was
suit.
stunned, Lewis, upon my return. Got himself embroiled in a huge political controversy. Republicans completely up in arms, angry over the disrespect.
Called it. This man has been around for a long damn time. Look at this. 2014. Look at that.
That the president had the audacity to commit against them. And what this was President Obama wore a tan suit.
Oh, that's it, David. I'm leaving the country. I'm defecting to North Korea.
Republican Congressman Peter King went on an extended rant about President Obama's decision.
Bro, if you were a thobe, will they say you're MBS? Yes. Anyway, nasty thing for him to do is to make it seem to his own audience that the guy who spent the last fucking 7 years stalking the living fuck out of me, who has actively said,
stalking the living, roll the clip for the editors when you play it. Roll the clip of Hasan talking about, I would be nothing without DGG. I would be nothing without these guys. If it wasn't for them, the Destiny's the greatest guy in the world. I would be oh my God, bro. 7 years. 7 years a slave. 7 years a stalking victim, this guy.
That I deserve death, that I have made statements that are worthy of killing. Okay?
Every replay, all the lies. You know they're lies too, because if they actually had like the videos of these clips as unhinged as he says they are, he'd be playing them. Which is funny because sometimes he does have like the 2-second fucking Destiny versus Destiny clips that he can play, but
who has openly demanded
actively.
People in his community stalk me everywhere I go. Guy who has said I should be bullied and humiliated and yelled at if I'm going out to protest. I'm sorry, David Pakman, you know that shit. Okay, you know he's been doing that, and if David doesn't know that, he should hear about it. Okay, because that's crazy. David Pakman, I don't think you are in favor of the targeted harassment that this fucking sex pest has conducted over the last 7 years. Because if you were aware of it and you're still making this video, that is the most disingenuous thing I've ever heard from you. It's worse than when you said, I don't know what IEPAC is. Okay? I don't know what IEPAC is. What is that? Those guys literally filmed themselves with their intent to disrupt an event that they were not invited to. They filmed the entire process. There's videos of it everywhere. Okay? That's crazy. I don't think you want to be running around defending a guy who has an active court case distributing revenge porn.
Distributing revenge porn.
Yeah,
keep in mind that the revenge porn incident, there is only one person that's even accused of doing revenge porn, and that's the guy that actually posted on Kiwi Farms. Even the retarded plaintiff, as stupid and mindless as she is, has not accused me of revenge porn. She kind of did in her Substack, but that didn't show up in the complaint, which was already full of fucking lies anyway. I don't know why she didn't just fucking throw it up in there. But like, I like how he's trying to morph that event. Like, I'm the one that posted this shit on Kiwi Farms. That his whole audience, by the way, attacks me for. That fucking Adam Mockler's girlfriend jokes about me fucking Nick Fuentes in. Like, all these disgusting subhuman fucking people have no problem riffing off of all of this shit about my life. Meanwhile, this guy brags about fucking whatever women he can find in brothels and then soliciting nudes from his child fan base on Twitch to show off to his weirdo fucking coworkers like Ludwig that are too much of a fucking pussy to actually say anything about it. Fuck all of these people. They're so weak. Holy shit. Speaking of... I'm sorry, I didn't play this earlier. I haven't watched it yet. I don't know what he actually says here. Maybe it won't be that bad.
You can say what they want to say, even if they're wrong. Keep in mind, there's a lot of incels in this community, and I think that has a lot to do with me being a World of Warcraft streamer. But either way, yeah. So you like Epstein. What type of motherfucking jump was that, bro? Why is everyone saying ban?
I wonder if that was supposed to be a reference.
Do you guys really hate Hasan that much? He's so nice. Really? He hates this country. Don't most of you hate this country too?
Not him, he is a rule in force.
Really? So you guys like living in America? He's manipulating you. I'm a 36-year-old man. Do you think I can be manipulated by a tall, sexy, good-looking dude? There's no way.
Does anybody have the actual Israeli like mini documentary that showed Nick in the corner just watching the fucking Houthi propaganda?
I do things that you probably don't like.
But like...
Yeah. Like we took that fucking side.
I like how he just leaves him here.
Did he leave me alone in a room with like a propaganda video? What is going on?
Like on Twitch, by the way, like this platform is literally watching this dude who has no fucking idea what he's watching, like trying to get radicalized for on this crazy. I don't even know which terrorist organization this was for. Are these the Houthis? Houthis? Okay, yeah. The Yemen flag.
This is a 3-minute video of. What do you mean a music video? When you said music video, I'm expecting like bad example, Chris Brown dancing, you know.
No. They do like
do
musicals. They're very musical people.
Are you being serious?
Dog, what do you look? You think I made this?
This isn't music. I know they're singing, but I'm seeing just guns and shit. This isn't a music video, Hasan.
No, it is. They do musicals about like their fucking
musicals. Are you fucking retarded?
Like their actions all the time.
What does he think a musical even is?
He's saying they do not care about the heavy missiles. Like they will literally take the war to them no matter what. It's an act of for them. It's an act of resistance. You know what I mean?
Act of resistance, because when you're resisting anything. But I'm sorry, but for Nick to be like, "What? I'm a grown man. I can't be propagandized."
At one point, because they're so kind to me, deserve. But like, I know these guys as people, as human beings, not just streamers. I'm not fence sitting. How is that fence sitting? I've known them forever. I knew it wasn't always this way, guys. It wasn't always so political.
Who made it that way?
It just keeps going in like this way, like this. This is where everyone was at one point. Then slowly, it just kind of kept going like this. And
I like how these spineless fucking cucks won't actually say what's going on, and they just pretend it's like randomly happening. Like Hasan is literally like, he comes up to this guy's table, he takes a shit in his fucking cereal, and then he starts eating it. And he's like, I don't know what's going on, guys, but I feel like cereal just doesn't taste the same way it used to. I'm not really sure. Hasan like takes his third fucking diarrhea. Man, I don't know what's going on, but like something's definitely up with the cereal. We got to talk about this guy. Like, bro, like spine the fuck up. Holy shit.
Nikki's here in the middle, just getting crapped on both sides.
Oh my God, bro.
We're keeping Hasan.
It's just spineless behavior, dude. Holy shit.
His guy Darius is starting to go to people's houses.
Pussy,
yeah, one of the guys, one of his fucking friends, unironically is now talking about moving to Los Angeles to stalk me more efficiently. That guy who has actually received a restraining order from his ex.
Nothing to do with any of this. Like, bro, you fucking wellness checked your porn star ex-girlfriend because she stopped returning your fucking phone calls. Like, this is a matter of public record. She's tweeted about this. We all know this, little bro. Like, Jesus Christ.
Come on, man. Come on, David. We've always had our disagreements, but I've always been cordial because David's been cordial. This is definitely, I don't think David, I'm going to be
Janice, is it Janice Jackson? No, Jesus Christ. Something Janice? I don't know my fucking porn stars. Hi, please don't mention Hasan Piker to me. It's really hard for me, emotionally, because he called the cops, wellness check, on me when we were dating, plus has avoided my attempts to privately talk about it. I'm not a fan of doing this publicly, but we share a lot of our audience. I didn't need the wellness check, by the way, and I can't escape it online because of the nature of the leftist internet. I'm not trying to cancel him. Please just leave me out of it. This was like years ago that she tweeted this as well. So way before he even had the same amount of like rapist crazy influence that he has now on everybody's brain in this stupid fucking space. But like, he pretends he's so clean on all this shit, but it's just because all the people around him are so, like, he launders his reputation so much through people like Pokey and stuff and Maya and fucking Valkyrie, all these people that are too scared to say anything about him. So he trades on all their reputations to make himself look so much better than he actually is. Oh, Janice Griffith. Yeah.
charitable. I'm going to go ahead and say, I don't think David knows the extent of the madness presented by this cult. Okay, I'm going to be charitable. And I'm going to say that because if he did, he probably would not be defending this. Bro,
why is he talking like a mafia boss to Deepak? Because this is what they do. But his fans understand the mission. Like, I mean, we've got... He doesn't have to give the orders directly. This is why I get so mad with fucking Connors. Like, show me where he says go dox the person. He doesn't have to say it, bro. None of them have to say it. Like, they understand the mission. They got it. Like, this level, this is insane. David Pakman was on the gamer side during Gamergate. Is that even true? Was he even involved in gamer communities at all? Pakman still frequents the subreddit. David Pakman pays APAC. David Crackman is a chorus stooge. David Pakman, friends with sex custody. He's spiritually part of the silent generation. Pakman, just say you want to lick the boot. Like, this is insane, bro. Oh, David Pakman posted in my subreddit. The brigade is incoming to my subreddit. Does anybody have a message from the from his Discord? Fuck, somebody sent this to me earlier. I type so much in these fucking chats. Holy shit. Fuck. Who has the? Does anybody have the message from his Discord server? I read this earlier on stream, but heads up, Discord TOS violations seem to be becoming fast and hard. There seems to be either an uptick of scrutiny or an automated enforcement of specific phrases. We've had situations where users receive Discord strikes and even temporary suspensions for messages that quote hate speech or repeated in an obviously sarcastic / mocking manner. Hasan's fan base joined the Discord server and they started mass reporting it. And I guess if Pakman is to be believed here, I guess they're spamming his subreddit. I haven't gone over to check that. I bet if you look at David Pakman's Twitter account, I wonder what his mentions are like right now. The Pentagon is now reportedly out of money. I wonder what could have caused this. I wonder who was behind the Iran war. David Pakman. Oh, stay strong through the hate. Hasan's going to send your way, soldier. You're a spineless freak who is now just a mouthpiece for the right wing. Jesus, is this just a bot? Is this really just a... I don't believe these are real accounts when I see shit like this. Where did you get that ridiculous stat? And what did that study list voter ID as? Very disingenuous interpretation of the facts if you ask anyone with a brain. Oh, this is... and that's it. I don't believe them. Check the country and the bot accounts. Don't they all just VPN them to normal countries? What does this mean? This means it's not VPN'd, right? One username change. That could be. I don't trust any of these fucking accounts. I don't even think that one girl is real, the socialist one. I don't believe she's a real person. And also, I think the rot here is you claim to be independent media when you were caught lying about the dark money from Chorus you were receiving and the narrative controlling you and Brian Tyler Cohen were doing. You're going to start a right of left of center campaign funded by other dark money now? Hasan thoroughly dismantles your hypocritical bullshit. You're the establishment's last breath. Jesus Christ. Epstein Orbiter pivots to fuck Hasan for relevance. Remember when you didn't know how to pronounce APAC? No wonder you never got a career in acting. You support the serial rapist destiny. Like, this tweet didn't even have anything to do with me or Hasan at all, or anything related to that, by the way. Like, the Pentagon, the tweet was, the Pentagon is now reportedly out of money. I wonder what could have caused this. Like, nothing here was even related to him, but like, Jesus Christ.
Come the fuck on. Okay, guys, just be fucking tactical. Oh my God, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, be tactical.
Republicans are going to put these clips everywhere. Like, people seem crazy when they see this stuff. And they're...
Really, they did put the clips everywhere. We saw on Facebook, people fucking seemingly loved how stupid it was. They did this exact same thing to Fox News. Oh, another Tansu controversy. So why don't you feel that way? Why don't you feel that way, David? Why don't you feel that way? That
Here's the thing to look for my media thing, for my media idea. See if you hear any other leftist people, Majority Reports, Vanguard people, Pisco or Soy Pill. See if you hear them repeat this talking point of like, oh, when like Obama wore a tan suit. This is an example of kind of like the seeding. I guess streamers can do it organically on their own platform. They don't necessarily need another person to talk to. And then see if you see other people pick it up uncritically and repeat it. Even though like we all know that this is a fucking lie of a talking point. Like this is like, it's not just a random suit you're wearing that they happen to think is not kosher or not a good color. You chose the mouse suit. Like,
Republicans are manufacturing outrage again. Republicans manufacture outrage professionally. Perhaps it's because you also, not dissimilar to the Republicans, find my kind of politics to be repulsive, dangerous, bad. Perhaps there's a disagreement here that goes beyond reason from your perspective. I don't know what it's about. Probably has a lot to do with foreign policy because that was the one.
And I feel like this is some kind. I feel like I've seen a movie with a scene like this or whatever, where like you question, dear leader, you think I'm wearing a mouse suit? Huh. Interesting. Is that because you want homeless people to starve to death in the street by chance? You Jewish financier wannabe? Huh, interesting that you would say that. So anyway, David Pakman, he's from Argentina, by the way, seems to want people to die in the streets because he didn't like my suit. Just like how Rush Limbaugh, who wanted people to die in the streets, didn't like Obama's suit. Interesting. Interesting that when the conservatives attacked Obama for being a socialist, because he wanted to give us the ACA, he defended Obama. But when they attack me for wanting to give you Medicare for all as being a socialist, he attacks me. What's going on here? What's the difference? Israel and APAC. Like, it's so fucking stupid, bro. Get me out of here.
Major avenue of disagreement between myself and David Pakman, whether it be Bolivia or numerous other instances where he took a State Department adjacent position where I did not. Disagreement here that goes beyond reason from your perspective. I don't know what it's about. Probably has a lot to do with foreign policy because that was the one major avenue of disagreement between myself and David Pakman, whether it be Bolivia or numerous other instances where he took a State Department adjacent position where I did not.
Going to take...
Oh, like follow the U.S. State Department? Okay.
Abolish the police and abolish borders and abolish prisons and play them on a loop for 6 months.
I didn't say that. I didn't say abolish borders on that speech. I didn't say abolish prisons on that speech. I want to put motherfuckers in prison.
Yeah, re-education camps. We know, buddy.
No mistake. There's a lot of motherfuckers that need to go to prison, okay? Many of them ICE agents, actually, and people who are in this current government. They need to go to jail. So I'm not abolishing prisons at all. Okay?
Abolish the police and abolish borders and abolish prisons and play them on a loop for 6 months.
I didn't say that. I didn't say abolish borders on that speech. I didn't say abolish prisons on that speech. I want to put motherfuckers in prison. Make no mistake. There's a lot of motherfuckers that need to go to prison, okay? Many of them ICE agents, actually, and people who are in this current...
He opposed Bernie Sanders to defend Israel. He's obviously just being paid off. These guys aren't dumb. You're low-hanging fruit. They know that you're nuanced from the extremists.
Government.
No one has ever said abolish prisons.
Jail. So I'm not abolishing prisons at all, okay? I'm not in favor of that.
Yep. Pepe. Facts. Yep. Of course, they're just talking about like the current Trump admin, by the way. They don't mean anything else by that.
At all. I want to put...
Once he sees a boost in metrics that he can sell to his advertisers for more bucks, is that I don't even know what that's a reference to. I see him becoming a part of the anti-Hasan cancer for the ad break to reach 20 minutes.
Motherfuckers in prison. The right kind of people in prison.
Epstein for starters.
Okay? So make no mistake.
Under the jail. Rich-ass mofos, too. Stop listening to his podcast 3 years ago. His Twitch numbers are pathetic.
David never said abolish prisons. He did not play the speech. Is the narrative being set?
Has he always been this right-wing? I never watched him, but I thought he was sort of like establishment progressive. I love these tweets of like, so I don't know anything about this guy, but isn't he a fucking cultist rapist? I haven't watched this guy's stuff before. I didn't know he was a Nazi. Has he always been like a Nazi cultist, rapist, murderer that hates poor people and minorities and is Islamophobic, guys? That when you phrase things as like a question, I feel like it's like how Gesticle talks now, where it feels like every time he's talking, I think I can't tell what he's saying because he asks everything like a question, because he has no self-esteem, because he's a fat fuck. 1,000 likes. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I didn't say abolish borders. I didn't say abolish prisons. I didn't say none of that. I said abolish ICE. Maybe he has a disagreement.
Re-education, gulag, comrade. Not prison. Sex offenders, etc. Oh, we should build prisons for sex offenders. Holy shit, this guy's so smart. Somebody make that guy the president. Re-education, residential accommodations. Ha ha ha. The jokes, by the way, here of like re-education is like just jokes in a community where a guy went to China and says that he would never criticize Mao and defends things like the Cultural Revolution, which involved jailing political opponents and murdering political dissidents, which is everybody that disagreed with the current party and ideology of Mao, by the way. But, you know.
With that, I don't know.
Hilarious, epic. Ha ha ha. Can't suit, by the way.
I took it one step further. I said punish ICE, abolish.
David is so disingenuous. This is the all lives matter shit.
ICE, but also, you know, hold them accountable.
I were an average voter with no...
I can't wrap my mind around this, that fucking, that Twitch just like fucking greenlights all of the insane harassment. It's just crazy to me.
Get snark! Knowledge of these online personalities, which most of these people are. Most people don't follow this sort of thing. They're busy living their lives and working and doing all this stuff. If I were an average voter with no knowledge of these online personalities...
One step further, I said punish ICE, abolish ICE, but also, you know, hold them accountable.
I were an average voter with no knowledge of these online personalities, which most of these people are. Most people don't follow this sort of thing. They're busy living their lives and working and doing all this stuff. If I were an average voter with no knowledge of these online personalities, I would find these images and a lot of this stuff very alarming. So as I said last week, and so many of you agreed with me, Democrats must act now and intelligently. The centrist don't...
David Pakman hasn't been progressive since October 7th. Destiny and the Cultural Revolution destroyed tons of actual Chinese history, but Hasan thinks Chinese... Because authoritarian types hate actual honest history. It is in an authoritarian's brain to always rewrite history anytime you can. That's why the Soviets or whatever, when they talk about Russia and everything, they never want to go back to the Russian Empire. It's just when the Soviet Union started. And they have to rewrite as much history as possible in order to make everything fit. Hitler did the same fucking shit when it came to Germany. Palestinians and Israelis, depending on how far left or right you go, do the same shit with fucking Israel, Palestine. People will do the same shit with every country. It is every loser fuck authoritarian because they can't cope with reality. They can't cope that there was some imperfection in some model or ideology that they admire or fantasize about. They can never handle reality. Reality is never good enough for these people. So they have to invent some fictitious past that gives them some fantastical endeavor to aim for in the future. It's loser behavior. I'm sorry, but it's loser behavior.
Really do anything, make very milquetoast fringe suggestions that you don't even really push for. Not working, okay? This other thing of like end everything, it's sort of destructive accelerationism, that's also not gonna work. So I think that what we need here are no apologetics for dictatorship, no apologetics for authoritarianism, no harassment, no anti-Semitism, no allowing online factions to decide which liberals may enter the room. You know, what would I even have been allowed at that College Democrats thing? They invited me months ago. I don't know.
Does the average voter know what the Mao suit is, David? I like how people are saying this. Honest to God, that's probably the only fucking thing the average American knows about China is communism and fucking the Mao suit is like the only fucking immediately recognizable thing when it comes to China. That and the fucking Chinese CCP, the fucking logo, is probably the only things that an average American even fucking knows about China. 30% of Americans probably think that Beijing is in fucking Japan, okay? Like, the one thing that they probably recognize is the literal fucking Mao suit.
I mean, I couldn't go, so we didn't find out. So we just need normal people to participate, join local committees, attend conventions, get involved with state parties, and let's turn...
the irony. He's McMorrow maxing
the DNC into something that works. Many reasonable people doing a little can defeat...
Yeah. Anti-Semitism, oh, mega lol. Yes, Epstein is normal. The libs are not all right.
Both. The centrists do...
What a fucking freak. Fake lying ass. Such a whiny, weak man. Can't stand him, man. As this guy here, his body is fucking fading away, withering away on the cocktail of injections that he got from his little CCP buddy, as he's too afraid to even... Do you see this guy scurry out of... The only time I will ever compliment Hasan Piker is I've never seen, outside of Kenya, a man run so fucking fast. When that speech ended, and he took off for that fucking door, security could barely open the door in time. He was glancing over his back, petrified somebody would show up with one of my fucking plushies. Jesus Christ.
Nothings. And the hardcore extremists who would get...
Bro. He's trying to play the victim and he didn't even go, yeah, bro, you were invited. Clearly they don't fucking hate liberals. What do you mean? Like Jamie Raskin was a speaker at this thing, right? Like the idea that the Young College Democrats of America, the College Democrats of America is some radical fucking organization is ridiculous. I am probably the most radical person that they allowed to speak at the event. Most of the other people are just like regular Democrats.
Jesus Christ.
You were invited to it. You chose not to go. You had other obligations. That's fine. But like very clearly, it's not a anti-liberal space at all. It's not an illiberal space at all. There's many different ideologies, and sucks for you that, my worldview is also being represented more and more within the Democratic Party. He's saying that Destiny should have been let in. Yes, the reason why I'm bringing up the fact that he was invited and Destiny was not let in is because I don't think David Pakman would ever be so fucking stupid as to literally live stream himself and his weird psychopathic restraining order having besties openly film themselves with their intent to disrupt a speaking engagement.
I wasn't even on a live stream before I got barred from entry, and none of the people on the live stream were disrupting the event. Like, you're just lying, bro, because you're a pussy ass bitch. Above everything that you know, just know at the end of the day that I am a 5'8" weird little, comes from fucking Cuban white trash family, brokey fuck, okay, who flunked out of music school, okay, and Hasan is mad because he's not as smart as me, because he gets cucked and he feels bad about it. He was crying on Trainwreck's podcast because he dated a porn star. This guy calls me a pedophile, and he was openly bragging about going to fucking Diddy parties. This guy tries to pretend that I'm a fucking sex freak, and this guy was talking about finger banging trans people and sending nudes to all of his friends on his fucking on his nepotism granted frat boy show for Jang. All of these things are documented online. Every single thing has been seen. He's the most insecure, weak-willed motherfucker on the planet. This guy can't handle the slightest, tiniest bit of pushback anywhere. But it's not even just him. Every single authoritarian is like this. They're all like this. It attracts the worst fucking people. And then the anti-Semitism is like the brain rot on top. That's how you know they're like truly the most brain-rotted fucking people. It's the same thing as Trump in the fucking press rooms, where he'll only talk to the media people that he knows, that he likes, that are friends with him. And Hasan's probably texting on it. I bet this guy texts more than a fucking 15-year-old girl. Like, hey, I saw your video today. I saw that you said something mean about me. I wanted to, what was going on? Hey, Philly DeFranco. So there's a lot of talk about the DNC. You're not making a video on that, right, Philly? You haven't, I hope you know. You know that everything about that is a lie, right? I hope you haven't done a video on that, right? Hey, Ludwig, I know we're just coworkers. Okay, and Nick, yeah, but like, Jesus, this guy is like, oh my God, kill me, fam.
Okay? Because obviously, if I were to do that and I got fucking, stopped, I would understand why, okay?
Nothing done. Republicans believed they were going to control the extremists. They were like, we got these people under control. The extremists took over the party. Democrats can still...
I love how much of a centrist he is, that he's trying to create a second center. He's like, no, I don't like the centrists either, but we got to find a center between the centrist and the left, the extreme left. So he talks about the harassment you got, but also that you are Mao who prevented Deep from being there. Makes zero sense. Yeah, none of it makes sense.
Prevent that outcome.
Extreme left. Wait. So he talks about the harassment you got, but also that you are Mao who prevented Deep from being there. Makes zero sense. Yeah, none of it makes sense.
Prevent that outcome.
What doesn't make sense about that? What? I'm so confused. Wait, what? These guys say that 5 times 5 equals 25, but then they also say that 1 plus 1 equals 2. But also, if you put 2 ones together, it forms an 11. None of it makes sense.
But we've got to get them to get things under control right now. I've said before, I've never been a Democrat. I don't care about the Democratic Party beyond who offers the better candidates, and usually it's Democrats over Republicans. But we've got to make sure that we don't allow that party, if it is the vessel, at least for now, to something better than what Republicans are offering, to be hijacked. This is about,
Again, big dog. Timeline of what caused him to be banned from the event. Someone made this. Is very helpful.
Oh, we got a timeline on the subreddit. Yeah, a timeline. Hold on, I can't read that. Those numbers. Sorry, they're behind the chat. What does that say? 8/17. Is that like a timestamp? August 17th. Did I do that in the future? Oh, this is a fucking year ago. That's what they banned me for a comment I made a year ago?
His location should be publicly available at all times while he's streaming. If Dan wants to do something useful and still be a Hasan hater, yeah, someone should send this to Dave Pakman.
This is what you already do, little bro. You do all of this shit. The only difference is I'm not a pussy about it. The only difference is I don't have to have people like Gisticle fucking live stream obsessing. Oh yeah, if you're trying to infiltrate Democratic audiences, people should be aware of that. And I stand by those comments. People should be aware if you're trying to infiltrate. They do the same thing with ICE. They do the same thing with the feds. They do the same thing with the cops. They did them with the BLM protests. When weirdo agitators like you, and you admit to being an agitator, show up, yeah, they should be aware of it. And you should be ejected from these movements. Go start your own or bring your own fucking people. And don't try to be a weird fucking cancer that sneaks its way in up the asshole of the Democratic Party.
David Pakman to be like, hey man, do you think this is defensible? Yeah, saying stuff like, just a heads up, I'm gonna be doing some mass harassment campaigns on every single journalist who gives this guy free interviews from now on.
True. You should ask real fucking questions. Just like, by the way, you want to know what a mass harassment campaign looks like on a journalist that you don't like? By the way, it looks like this. And this isn't even what I'm doing, right? My mass harassment is, you should have to ask a real question if you're going to interview this guy, okay? Otherwise, he's too dangerous, and drop it. Don't do it, right? Nothing that I've talked about is even remotely approached this level of crazy anti-Semitic obsessive shit. This is crazy, bro.
Is the College Democratic event today open to the public? Smile. This is the fucking this is
what is this? This is the timeline. I feel like I'm watching the intro to the. I feel like I'm watching the intro to fuck. What's the DC Avengers? Not Deadpool. The guys. What am I thinking of? What's the retard DC Avengers show called? Not the Justice League, the Suicide Squad. I feel like I'm watching the intro to like the Suicide Squad 2, where they get like the 4 random people together and they die instantly. What are we looking at? This is Destiny. Says he's gonna harass journalists that don't ask me fair questions. Here comes Darius. Got into a fight with his ex-girlfriend on stream.
The guy that's a part of his cult. This is him harassing other people. Yeah, doing fucking harassment campaigns against Destiny's enemies, like trying.
That was the harassment campaign?
Trying to get physically in their space. And here he is.
Get physically in their space as he walks by her.
Filming himself with intent to fucking.
I feel like there was a higher chance of me getting killed at that fucking Trump rally that I went to like fucking 20 years ago or whatever. Jesus Christ, I really even remember that. Where was I? I feel like it was an event I think it was with Bose and some people. I thought they were gonna kill me at that event. But then they told me to leave, and I was like, hold on, I shouldn't have to go anywhere. I'm an American citizen.
Disrupt this event. The entire.
Oh yeah, Booksmarts is there too.
The entire timeline of different clips.
You wearing the exact thing that Hasan dog uses and ran around in it?
I told him.
Oh, not these guys. Oh my God! Whoa, there he is.
And then they pull her over, they would be
There you go. I did it.
Oh my God! Oh my fucking God!
I literally told him that, and he said like, nah, don't pay attention to yourself. I literally told him that. We should have been more positive signed up, honestly.
Yeah, they're like, oh, next time we got to get better at our harassment ops.
How can he watch that with a straight face, bro, and not feel humiliated? Seriously?
Anyway, yeah, of course. Even if all the other previous things that Epstein has said about me didn't exist, just the fact that they fucking filmed themselves with intent to disrupt the event alone would be sufficient evidence in and of itself to say, yeah, sorry, big dog, can't let you in, you know?
Except no, because there was no harassment at the event. They were in the event. Nobody was getting harassed. Nobody got kicked out for harassment or disruption. That's why you're only playing footage of a bunch of people that, honest to God, looked like they just walked out of a fucking gay bar in San Francisco as your #1 fucking ops. I'm sorry, this is the guy that's gonna fight Trump and ICE? This is the man who stands proud and tall with his $20,000 PTSD tortured dog who's supposed to be fighting the fascist administration, is scared of a fucking gay Cuban kid and a guy in a fucking Hawaiian shirt who looks like McLovin from Superbad? Are we serious right now? And then the 4'11" wannabe elf girl? What? Like, these are your ops that you're petrified of? That the guy at the front with the keffiyeh that's probably never been worn more than once in his entire fucking life is out just like, security. Give me a break, bro. Give me a break. Are we being real right now?
It's so funny. It just escalated. What just escalated? Self-incrimination is the new meta. Yeah, I know. It's so weird that they're like literally filming themselves doing this shit.
I just don't understand how he has this video up, and it's not like the most humiliating thing in the universe.
I fucked up too many times.
What are you talking
Damn, he got right to the security, bro. He didn't stop his hand. He didn't even wait for this clapping to finish. He was like, get me out of here. He was like, leave. Look at him. Oh my God. My favorite part, wait, does it play long enough? He hears the door open. He's like,
what did you guys think, Chad? Did you guys like it? So I don't know what we're going to do with DSA. Like, I thought maybe we could... Oh, okay.
He really doesn't stay to shake hands or do it. Shut up, loser. No one cares. Watch. Shut up. No pictures, no nothing.
Coming here.
Damn.
Or hotel.
He said, I gotta bounce. Get me the fuck out of here.
Okay, well let's all right, chat. We're gonna head back to the hotel because I have a next guest. Next guest is
it's
going to be
you
Aparna
edited out
Raj.
Oh, there it is.
Aparna Raj, DSA, DSA DC.
What is he actually? I'm so curious. What does he actually think is gonna happen? He heard the term and he's like, he's traumatized. Jesus.
Also, that motherfucker literally celebrated the State Department releasing their document on Cuban terrorism. So I don't know why anybody.
Is this about me? Oh, wait, is he talking about the accusations of Hasan and the Code Pink people? Is that what he's referring to?
But he thinks this guy is actually in any way, shape, or form even a fucking liberal. Okay? He is unprincipled as shit. Didn't Nira just last week say she supports AIPAC over you? Yes. There's a war.
There's another one of his fucking enemies on Twitter that he's constantly beefing with.
There's a war America itself has started and is in right now, and it's frankly shocking there's no protest IRL on here about it. No one seems to care because every Democrat Fetterman has voted against the war. That silence really lets Trump off the hook. The audacity of New York Canada to spend 90% of the time boosting AIPAC-backed candidates and the other 10% complaining that there aren't enough anti-war protests is breathtaking. David Pakman knows. I don't think he knows the full details. I think these guys are fairly sophisticated in their mass harassment operations. Like
the mass harassment operation was David Pakman saying, I kind of think it was not good that the DCA banned Destiny from their event, and then that that Hasan was in a Mao suit. That's the mass harassment campaign. All criticism is harassment and stalking, by the way.
They find people that they find to be like ideological allies or close enough ideologically. And David is somewhat of a boomer. I'm sure he knows.
Oh, always listen when he's talking about these accusations, because he's telling you this is his blueprint. This is how he operates. He's not even creative enough to fabricate another bad action. He just has to project whatever he does onto the other political actors around him. So let's see. How does he function here?
Knows. I don't think he knows the full details. I think these guys are fairly sophisticated in their mass harassment operations. Like they find people that they find to be like ideological allies or close enough ideologically. And David is somewhat of a boomer. I'm sure he knows a big part of it, and he does agree with Destiny on many of these issues. And that's part of the reason why he takes this oppositional stance. He's literally in the past told me, or he's told his audience that I said that he was being paid for by AIPAC or something, when it's ironic that I said the exact opposite. I just jokingly referred to him as David A. Pakman.
Oh, it was a joke. Oh.
So you don't think he's pandering to his liberal Epstein audience? I don't think Epstein has that big of an audience. I think he relies on all these other much larger groups.
How am I controlling larger people? Like, I'm simultaneously the most terrifying person in the world, but also like irrelevant. Like, yeah, that's me, bro. Behind the scenes, subtly twisting the wires over the brains of all of these larger content creators that I have so much influence over. Oh my fucking God, bro.
Much more influential group. And even if David himself knows, I don't think his audience knows as well. I don't think his audience knows that this is what Epstein is up to. What A. Pakman knew, logs. Here's David knowing about Destiny's issues from 2025. David Pakman drops out of an event he was co-headlining with Destiny in June, citing reputational concerns. Official statement from Pangburn regarding June 22nd event in Queens, New York. I regret to inform ticket holders that David Pakman has chosen to withdraw from a scheduled appearance at the anti-Trump tour event.
Yeah, this was the event that he pulled out of because you guys started mass emailing him. What is this? Somebody said, my YouTube guy said, this is what Hasan thought would happen to him.
Destiny, I have one question.
Hi, what's up, buddy?
Why did you tell the IDF soldiers to turn off their cameras because you're pro-genocide?
Well, that's why, I guess, because I'm pro-genocide, right?
So you're pro-genocide. Okay, thank you. Thank you for putting that on camera.
Yeah.
You're awesome. I love you, Destiny.
Thank you so much.
Sex Pestiny.
Thank you.
Shout out Hasan Piker.
Nice headband.
Stop. Okay.
It doesn't hide the balding.
Yeah.
What the hell was that? I like him.
Oh.
Destiny, thank you for helping me along my own.
Hasan is such a fucking pussy, dude. Oh my God.
Wow. David, why did you pull out of this event, David? That's crazy. That's crazy. So the guy you chose to defend. So when the College Democrats of America do the same thing you did last...
He didn't even defend me, by the way. I don't even think he really defended me. He said that going up in a fucking Mao LARP suit is a bad look. Well, it's not. It's intentional for Hasan.
Last year, when the College Democrats of America did the same thing you did last year.
And this isn't David Pakman canceling me from an event. It's him deciding not to appear with me after getting email campaign harassed. But this isn't the same thing because he's not pulling me from an event, you fucking retard. It's not even remotely the same thing.
You side with the guy who you said you couldn't be around?
Notice the sides, too. The campism comes out here, right? It's the sides. You're the with Destiny. Notice for a guy who says that my politics are spite-based and my entire political outlook is defined literally by my personal petty opposition to Hasan, and now he's taken David Pakman's entire issue with the whole DSA weirdo extremist shit, and he's boiled it down to, well, you just must be friends with Destiny, and even though he's a way smaller creator, I think he controls you, because you don't like me because of Destiny.
On May 9th, prior to signing his contract, David was fully informed of the event details, including some of the public accusations that Destiny is currently defending himself against. With full knowledge of these circumstances, David agreed to participate and sign his contract, allowing us to proceed with a formal public announcement and ticket sales. On May 9th, shortly after the announcement was made, David informed us that he had received some negative feedback regarding his participation. Despite previously indicating that he is not troubled by this and suggesting that the negative feedback may have been instigated by agitators, David and his team later cited reputational concerns as their reason for backing out.
Oh, so he was worried about getting mass harassed.
Should I tweet at him and say, hey, David, why did you criticize the College Democrats of America making a similar decision to you?
Downloading new CCP talking points.
David Pakman still frequents the subreddit. The brigade is incoming to my subreddit. Wrong. Show is bigger than ever, fortunately. Oh, so he's still in Destiny subreddit. He's still posting in Destiny subreddit. Oh, so he does know everything. Okay.
Oh, because if you posted the subreddit, you must be a frequent poster who knows everything about Destiny and all of his drama. And I'm sure he's read every fucking filing.
No. I don't think his audience is probably going to be fond of David Pakman's back and forth opinion shift on this issue, but
the audience, these are all signals to his audience to go and do the mass brigading and harassment, by the way.
In any case, I gotta go. I gotta do a podcast. Okay. Love you guys. Again, I'm done. Wait, what the fuck? What is it? For Hasan Content's bag postcard. Okay.
Who just gave, hold on, who gave him that?
Love you guys. Again, I'm done. Wait, what the fuck? What is it?
Is it Cutie or Caroline Kwan? I wonder if Caroline Kwan is fucking that on some weird shit. Ooh, man.
For Hasan Content's
his CCP provided, I actually don't even know if she's fucking Chinese or not, but
postcard.
That's Cutie?
Okay. Okay. Hiya. Not everything is for you, lady. What is this? There's a lot of stickers in here. Okay. Dylan, designer and machinist.
Cutie spineless Dorella just casually walking over here as he finishes his mass harassment campaign with a journalist so she can walk off to film her $20,000 a month net profit podcast with him. Based. So nice. Good job, Twitch. Great platform, by the way.
To HasanAbi. Anyway, as I was going to say, so I am going to try to be live tomorrow, but vacation starts. This is what he gave me. Oh, hell yeah. Okay. I'm going to try to be live tomorrow, but we shall see. Well, vacation starts officially tomorrow. Okay. Unless there's a major war or something like that. I might not be live, but
Shiniest train, telling Kyle place. Sun and again, the sun is streaming. The sun is streaming.
Wait, hold up. Hold up. Wait, why have I not seen this before? United States District Court versus Blake Govia. Do we know what this guy even looks like? Criminal complaint. Retaliating against a federal official by threatening a family member in violation of Title 18, USC 115A1A, applicable statute, probable cause. On November 24th, 2025, the United States Capitol Police contacted the FBI regarding a threatening phone call made to ST's personal cell phone, assigned number, blah, 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 blah. ST is the wife of a current U.S. senator. USCP relayed that they were contacted by the staff of U.S. Senator who disclosed the following. On November 22nd, 2025, at approximately 10:54 a.m., ST received a phone call from an unknown male using an unknown telephone number while at her residence in Huntersville, North Carolina. The call lasted for approximately 13 seconds. During that time, the caller used explicit language and stated in effect that ST needed to die and the caller was going to kill her. The caller also made reference to Medicaid before ending the call. Before the call ended, the Huntersville Police Department was contacted and responded to the scene, or after the call ended, sorry. ST was afraid and shaken after the call concluded. Law enforcement conducted enhanced patrols of the ST's residence following the call. U.S. Senator's staff also disclosed in May of 2025, subject left voice messages and sent emails to the office of U.S. Senator. In addition, subject called the personal cell number of one of U.S. Senator's staff members. USCP submitted an emergency disclosure request to Verizon Wireless, the service provider to ST Cellular Telephone. They traced the call and they found the guy. They've provided further data. They figured out where the guy lived. Subject stated he was the sole user of the cellular telephone and the phone was protected from other individuals utilizing it by a PIN code. Subject expressed to investigators his frustration with being removed from Medicaid due to his multiple physical and mental illnesses. Subject informed investigators that he was suffering from stage 4 cancer and multiple mental health issues, including post-traumatic stress disorder or syndrome, he typoed, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, bipolar disorder, depression, and autism. Subject said that he could not receive treatment for his mental health concerns due to a lack of funds after he was removed from Medicaid. Although subject could not afford medication for his mental health disorders, subject stated he regularly took prescribed opioids and benzodiazepine, which subject described as a hypnotic medication to treat his cancer. Subject could not say for certain who he may have called on November 22nd, 2025. He denied calling ST, though did state that he had previously contacted other appointed or political figures to express his frustration. He stated that he never threatened anyone. Subject owned a firearm, which he kept in his room. Subject declined to allow investigators to search his cellular telephone and advised investigators that his phone was located inside of his car. Subject asked if he was required to continue answering questions, to which investigators advised he could stop answering questions at any time and the interview was consensual. Subject elected to cease answering questions and the interview was terminated. Investigators conducted subsequent interviews of Brewer and subject's other family members. Brewer informed investigators that subject was bipolar and had cancer. In addition, subject once was sexually assaulted by his cousin, and Brewer believed that This may have contributed to his antisocial behavior. Brewer did not feel comfortable with Subject owning a firearm and had asked him to dispose of it on several occasions. Brewer informed investigators that Subject was the only person with access to his phone or his firearm. Subject's brother, Ryan Govia, expressed that he was unsurprised that Subject would make a threatening call to a politician or politician's spouse. Argovia opined that Subject had anger management issues in addition to other mental health concerns. Subject spent most days isolated in his room playing virtual reality games. Subject regularly listened to the social media influencer Hasan Piker, who Argovia considered to have a far-left political ideology. Subject's stepfather, Dallas Wetherington, also expressed that he was unsurprised by Subject threatening to kill a politician's spouse to the behavior Subject regularly displayed around the household. It's crazy that, like, Taylor Lorenz and Hasan all supported that, like, making death threats. You see Hasan has made the threats. He's, like, posted the pictures of the gun and shit and talked about, like, the Rick Scott memes and everything else. And then you have, like, people in his audience. This isn't even the first one, right? We had that news article before of that Hasan Piker fan. Gee, fucking kill me. This guy?
Looks like it. He's got credentials.
Hi, are you the guy?
Mackie, good to meet you guys.
Nice to meet you.
What's going on?
Hey, man. There you go, Marsh. Good to meet you.
Marsh,
here you guys go.
Kids,
okay.
Let's
go. Do you happen to have like a tote bag or something?
Yeah.
I would love to.
Oh, you don't want to carry all that around the whole time?
Well,
a Michigan man has been charged with making terrorist threats in Illinois. This was published on September 9th of 2025. Police say the threats caused many businesses to close early. The investigation began in July when businesses began receiving threatening phone calls. Evidence was seized. Blair was arrested. Mackey was arrested and taken to the Madison County Jail. He was charged 11 counts of making a terrorist threat. Blair received the same charges.
Because our bag is just
let's go
filled to the brim right now.
Welcome to Hamtramck. Welcome to Keyworth. Have you guys found the city so far? Good time?
Amazing.
Yeah. It was funny. I was dying earlier when you were talking about the Detroit sign because the whole city got fooled on AI on that.
Yeah.
The concept that everyone saw was AI, and then they put that out, and everyone was like, dude.
Okay, that's the thing is, it's ass.
No.
I just hope that, like, if it finally happens, if something does happen with one of these people, I hope that Twitch falls for it. Like, I hope the fact that they keep in mind they preemptively like perma-banned ICE from everything, just because the threats and everything, because they thought ICE Poseidon was too much of a liability. But like Hasan is out here like. And it's not, it's like so stupid because if one of his fans does like haul off and murder somebody, people are going to look back and they'll be like, where were the signs? And it's like, okay, well, he was tweeting out makeshift weapons that were used to assassinate the Japanese prime minister. Sure. Okay, yeah. He was watching terrorist propaganda on stream saying that these people were based. Yeah. He was on a podcast with another guy saying that even baby settlers were valid military targets. Yeah. He was justifying every form of resistance against oppressive fascist forces. Yeah, he refused to disavow violence on his side at any time ever, in saying that all forms of resistance are justified. Like, oh shit. Actually, wait a second. This was the most obvious fucking radicalization event ever. It was actually the most obvious thing in the universe. It was actually the most foreseeable thing fucking ever. Who would have guessed? Yeah, the ELA comments and everything else. And then these fucking losers, and then, I'm sorry, generally he's an ally, but I'll call him out for it. I'm sorry. The spineless fucks like XQC, who are too lazy to read anything, will look at my comment in chat and go, well, actually, I think Destiny, it doesn't matter what the context is. Destiny's making death threats. Fuck off, fucking loser. If you don't have anything to say, if you're not even gonna fucking look at the video, if you're not even gonna watch the context, like, it gives such a free pass to all of these fucking lunatics. How much do you think I would have to advertise this show for them to cancel? Because they're doing a fucking live show on August 29th. Do you think he would cancel it? Oh my God. I never want to hear again in this country. Maybe it's once you get to a certain age. I never want to hear people go, how could people have ever gotten radicalized by Hitler? How could people have ever fallen for this stuff? Meanwhile, like 3 random normies just like collecting an easy 20K, 25, 30K a month because of the amount of money they make being on a podcast with this guy, like saying nothing. It's just actually fucking insane. So cringe. What is this? One of Hasan's mods? User, Gorby Chav. Mod Flare. Oh, it's the sword. Moderator, 4.5 year subscriber. Ela Klein, when she sees an unshot baby. You guys need to stop pretending like what Elias Rodriguez did was bad, hasty, or negative anyway. There's only one path forward, and it isn't through fundraisers for aid. They'll block or raising awareness, so people attend protests they'll ignore. You need to get real. This is the guy who shot and killed Yaron Lachinsky, the Israeli diplomat, and Sarah Lynn Milgram, the guy who shot the 2 Jewish people. Elias Rodriguez, 31 of Chicago, was charged in a 13-count superseding indictment unsealed today in U.S. District Court with multiple terrorism-related offenses in connection with the May 21st, 2025 fatal shootings of 2 Israeli embassy staff members outside the Capitol Jewish Museum in downtown Washington, D.C. Most of us will never muster up a fraction. Where the fuck was this posted? Is this Twitter? Most of us will never muster up a fraction of the courage displayed, but the least you can do is shut the fuck up about optics or not wax poetic about how this will lead to more repression. The only way out is through, not by accepting that things get 0.5% worse every single day. Where's the, I think that when you say harass journalists, it's actually kind of bad optics, and you're giving Hasan a free way to attack it. I think that when you call Hasan, like when you say pedophile or whatever about the brothel stuff, I think that is actually bad optics. You get people attacking. Hasan fans, actually, I think assassinating Jewish people in the street is fucking based, and that guy is beyond reproach. We should all be supportive. The only thing he could have done more brave is set himself on fire afterwards. 4.5-year subscriber and Hasan mod, by the way. Shira Bibis. Where is my beautiful baby? Me hiding my conspicuously Kafir Bibis-shaped belly. Burp. Hamas rape camp. Oh, Hamas rape camp. Was this one of the hostages' parents? Are you serious, bro? Oh, shit. Was she one of the people seen on one of the motorcycles going back to Gaza? The Bibis family kidnapping was 2 different events. The top is the first kidnapping. Yarden Bibis, behind the man driving the motorcycle and holding a gun, being kidnapped to Gaza. And then Shira Bibis holding her 2 young children during their kidnapping. Oh, were all 3 of them killed? Or in November of 2023, Hamas claimed that Shiri Bibas and her children had been killed in an Israeli airstrike. They offered to return the bodies. Jesus fuck, bro. I don't even fucking know all this shit. What the fuck? This is on, by the way, this is on fucking Palestiniapedia that's been mind raped by Palestinians and everything, and all the weird pro-Pali fucking losers. So this is the Pali safe version. On November 30th, the last day of the 2023 Gaza war ceasefire, Hamas offered to return their bodies and release Yarden Bibis, but Israel insisted that all living female hostages be released first. As part of the January 2025 Gaza war ceasefire, Hamas released Yarden Bibis on February 1st, 2025, after he'd spent 484 days in captivity. On February 20th, it handed over coffins that it said contained the bodies of his wife and sons. Israel verified the remains of Ariel and Kafir Bibis through DNA testing, but accused Hamas of violating the ceasefire agreement after finding that the female remains did not match Shiri Bibis or any other Israeli hostage still held by Hamas. Hamas handed over another body the following day, which DNA testing confirmed as that of Shiri Bibis. Jesus Christ. Bro, hold on. You're about to fucking radicalize the fuck out of me. By the way, just a real quick thing. If stuff like this looks fucking disgusting to you, imagine seeing this stuff like 1,000 times over. This is why a lot of Jews went more right-wing after the Second Intifada, because this was their fucking daily life. The fuck is this?
Fuck Twitch and fuck you. Go back to the desktop. We really do IRL. Go home. Charlie Kirk, bro. Go home.
What?
Did you say somebody should kill Charlie
Kirk?
Kirk? Abuser!
No.
You didn't say that?
No, I was about to debate Charlie Kirk. Why the fuck would I want anybody to kill him? I was supposed to debate Charlie. Listen, I know this is a difficult concept for you to understand, but I was actually supposed to debate Charlie Kirk 2 weeks prior to his assassination. Obviously, I have a very different method of going about things than the way that you're trying to present it, because if that was my mentality...
When stuff like this gets dug up and you go over it on stream, it seems like Hasan basically never needs to answer for it because no other liberal repeats it, because everyone else is a fucking pussy. They are pussies. They are here for money. Maybe there is one piece of correctness that you could say that the leftists say about liberals is that they have no fucking values and they're just here to collect a paycheck and grift and then fuck off. But none of them will talk about this shit. So of course he never has to answer for it.
I would never try to debate him. Charlie respected that. And it's really sad to see the rest of the remnants of the conservative movement refusing to carry the flame in the way that Charlie Kirk wanted it to be carried. I, on the other hand, do carry that flame because we are Charlie Kirk.
By saying disgusting things like America deserves 9/11.
We carry the flame. We fight for the gospel.
Like
we honor his name.
By working with the
Do you know those words? Do you internalize those words?
I can't believe he's such a fucking pussy, dude. Oh my god.
Charlie Kirk is used inspiration, and he didn't work with the Cuban government.
He's an inspiration to me too.
With the Cuban government.
He inspired us all.
Why won't you say
Certainly
anything
myself.
about your involvement with the Cuban government?
I mean, you're making shit up. What do you want me to say? Like,
did you work with the Cuban government? Are you conspiring with the Cuban government?
No, dude. What the fuck are you talking about?
I don't think embassy staffers should be murdered regardless of the war crimes their country is committing. Why, lol. Trying to appease my less edgy moots? Okay, fine. It's a Zionist-occupied Republican government. How did she predict the color? Because she only dates thoroughbred white men. Next question. I wonder if this guy's Xvids account is actually accurate. Because if it is, this dude is literally a 47-year-old male. Holy fucking shit. Oh, Moots is mutuals. It's just so fucking cringe because, God, dude, if I hope I don't get killed by one of these motherfuckers. Because if I do, no one is even going to make him answer for it. No one is going to look at all this shit. They're going to be like, oh, that was a crazy guy. And then fucking retards like the soy fucking loser and Pisco the fucking loser are going to be saying, well, there's no way that he could have actually known. Not the poor man that was upheld at TSA for 16 minutes. There's no way that we could have ever known that Hasan was being radicalized while TSA pulled over for extensive 16-minute interrogation questions where Hasan volunteered up a whole bunch of unnecessary information and literally nothing fucking happened to him. There's no way that anybody could have called him out. It's actually so fun. The funny thing is that I don't even have to hate him on like a political level. I just hate him on a personal level. I have enough reason to personally hate him. And I think anybody would understand. The guy that calls you a pedophile 24/7, the guy that like doxes and harasses people constantly. All right, it's all good. What a depressing state of affairs, bro. Our shit is fucked. I don't even watch these videos. We'll figure it out. Fuck me. All right. I'm going to bed. I'm going to go get food. I love you. Be careful.